We're here at Open Sauce where a whole bunch of geeks show off all the cool projects they're building. Today I'm here with
Jonah.
And Jonah, what have you built and why did you build it?
This is Wildcard. So these are e-ink cards that can change as you play. So if you look there. So imagine like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, except the cards change as you play with them. There's no battery in the card, and so the image will stay on here indefinitely without any power. And you can hook up yours to play against a friend. They've got memory chips in the cards, and so imagine that you can store like game stats or buffs or whatever else from one game to the next. So whatever happens in one game, that state can transfer to the next game you play. I spent like 2 years building all the hardware, so now I'm trying to build a game. But if other people have ideas of cool interactions or games they could build, then they're free to experiment and do play testing and try it out. Yeah.
Absolutely insane. What was the hardest engineering problem you ran into when building this? Because these things look pretty complex.
Yeah, so I'd say the hardest bit was just figuring out the interface for how the cards sit on this base. And so there's little tiny pins here, and they all have to exactly hit the circles and contacts on the back of the card. And it has to pretty much work every time. And just figuring out like the different heights, the different ways you could do that, how to solder it, how to put it together, was pretty much the hardest part. Yeah.
So cool. And where can everybody find you? And could somebody get their hands on one of these if they wanted to?
Wildcard.io. So just search for Wildcard. That's Wildcard with a Y.
Awesome. Make sure you check out Wildcard. I might be picking some of these up because my Magic the Gathering brain is going crazy right now. Awesome. Thank you so much. Friendly reminder that I'm going to be at Open Sauce this weekend. I just touched down in San Francisco and I'm going to be at the event both Saturday and Sunday. If you're going to be there, please drop a comment. I would absolutely love to meet you guys. I'm just going to be wandering around the show floor covering all the cool stuff. If you don't know what Open Sauce is, it's pretty much a conference where a whole bunch of nerds just show off their cool projects. I think there's like 500 different things, whether it's electronics, robots, whatever. I'm super excited. Though I will have my info orbs with me. I won't be explicitly displaying them or anything. I'll just kind of have them to show to others. I'm just really excited to see all the cool projects. If you're not going to be there, keep an eye on my account because there's going to be a lot of really cool content dropping. So it's 4 o'clock and I'm really hungry and I've never been here before. So if anybody has any cool San Francisco dinner spots, please let me know. Catch you later. So I'm like 99% sure this comment is a joke saying Apple's AI is instead just a bunch of overseas agents answering your requests in real time. But what's really funny is pretty much this exact same thing happened with a major company a few months ago and nobody's really talking about it. I don't know if they're trying to cover it up or whatever. So I don't know if you guys remember Amazon Go. There were these AI-driven grocery stores that were really popular like 4 years ago in the news. And their whole thing was you could walk into the store, grab any item you want and just leave, and all of these cameras and like sensors would detect what item you're grabbing and be able to just automatically add it to your cart and charge a credit card. And it was working. People would walk in, throw stuff in their cart, leave, and their credit card would get charged. Everybody just assumed it was the sensors and didn't really question it. Anyway, that went on for years, and then Amazon like quietly started shutting down the stores. So people started digging into it a little bit, and that exact thing was happening. While there was some level of AI and automation with the cameras, it was literally just a whole bunch of people monitoring the cameras and like adding things to carts and removing them as they watched the video feed. Now, I don't know the full extent of how much that human intervention was needed, but from my understanding, the reason they had to shut down was because of all the human resources that were needed to run the thing, so it's safe to say a pretty decent amount. I was actually going to make a video about this, but I just forgot, and I found it so funny that that cheeky comment on the Apple AI thing like actually happened with a similarly sized company. Pretty crazy.